What's going on, baseball fans? How you doing? Tonight, we're talking Gary Sanchez for MVP, Forrest Whitley, one of the top prospects, maybe needing Tommy John surgery. Could Jack Leiter be the top pick in the upcoming MLB draft? How about David Ortiz's son? Could he be a future superstar? Let's get to it. And what's going on, baseball fans? How you doing tonight? Hello. How is everything going, everyone? I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces in the chat. Southsider Michael Yanch already coming through with a super chat, a $5 super chat. I'll get to that in 1 second. Yes, we will get to you, Darvish, in a little bit. Really appreciate that, Michael Yanch. Thank you so much. Phantom TJ, what's going on? Worldwide Jamal, hello. NHOJ Crab, what's going on? Worldwide Jamal, I appreciate that. It's really funny that you compliment the intro because I got a compliment, I did not get a compliment on one of my videos the other day saying that I made my intro with Windows Movie Maker like I was in 7th grade. That was fun. What is up with some people on the weekends lately? They're just so unhappy with things, and they just leave mean comments. What's up with that? Southsider, what's going on? Jarvis, what's going on? Hello. Carter, what's going on? Vincent, what's going on? Jackson, hello. Wizardy Plays, hello. Speaking of Wizardy Plays, I just did a video that I'm going to be posting live shortly on Jose Iglesias, a little short clip on some really good plays that he made this past weekend. So everyone, be on the lookout. I'm going to start doing these little, very short, 3 to 5 minute breakdowns, not like a John Boy kind of a breakdown, but more just kind of going over plays throughout the league. If there's a cool play that happens or whatever. He is the king of breakdowns, but if I see a cool play, I'm just going to talk about it real quick, like a couple of minutes, 3 minutes, and just kind of post it, kind of get some variety on the channel a little bit. And so first one ever, going to be coming out shortly after this stream tonight. Jose Iglesias, going to go take a look at some really good defensive plays that he made over this past weekend and today. So everyone, appreciate you coming out tonight. We're at 42 people. Again, it's still pretty slow. It's spring training. Not many baseball fans out there on the YouTubes right now. Zachary, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? But yeah, still a slow time. I'm not expecting a lot of traffic coming through for the next few weeks. But if you are new to the channel right now, think about subscribing. We're trying to get to 6K by opening day. Hey, slowly but surely, we were right on track to get to 6K rather shortly, and we just hit a brick wall, just like the one that you're seeing right now. And we have just really slowed down on the channel lately. And but yeah, if you are new, think about hitting that subscribe button. Hit that like button for me, and that's going to help get this stream out to more baseball fans. Go follow me on Twitter if you want to talk some baseball throughout the day. But everyone, hey, pretty bit of a fun stream tonight. There's not really any crazy news going on right now. We're just kind of right in the middle of spring training. Everything's kind of getting underway now, and we're just watching our teams, seeing what's going on with each one of our teams. But this week, I will be coming out with a few more kind of preview streams / videos this coming week, talking about maybe some breakout players and whatnot. I still have to put out my top 10 starting pitchers heading into 2021, so do expect that probably tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but I was actually going to start tonight at around 8 o'clock, and I had something come up with work. I had to take care of that really quick, so I got pushed back tonight, so apologies for that, everyone. And yes, Zachary, I would also like to maybe get MLB The Show 21 as well. That would be cool. Yeah, Travis, expect like the division previews and predictions probably in a couple weeks. So, yeah, starting next week, I'm going to talk about the American League. And then the week after, I'm going to talk about the National League. And then we'll be right there at towards the start of the season. So I'll be giving my predictions the week of the season starting. So, but alrighty, everyone, let's just not waste any time here. Let's get to it. I have rambled enough. 45 people here in the chat already. And here we go. So, first story from this past weekend. One of the most I'm trying not to be insulting, but one of the more hot takes I have heard recently. And that, I don't know what you guys think about this, but Gary Sanchez as the AL MVP this coming year. Hey, Aaron Judge, he's thinking so. He's thinking, wow, hey, Gary Sanchez, this is a guy, he could go out and he could win the MVP award. And when I heard that, I'm like, oh my, that is quite the take. But, hey, anything's possible, right? According to Kevin Garnett of the 2008 Boston Celtics. But Gary Sanchez, this one is very interesting to me. To me, I'm thinking more this is, hey, you know what? You got to back up your teammates. This guy had a really down season this past year. And, hey, you know what? It's good to say that kind of stuff about your teammates. It's going to give them confidence. Gary Sanchez, he's already hit a bomb this spring training, which is not surprising. Gary Sanchez can hit bombs, but it's good that he's getting the support from his teammates. Garrett Cole already had some good things to say about him. Aaron Judge had some good things to say about him. We're going to get to that here in a second. I'll give Gary Sanchez a lot of credit. The offense is really not what I'm worried about. I'm more worried about the defense with him, but I do respect the fact he came into camp like a few weeks early this year, so really good on him. I definitely think Gary Sanchez could have a really good year, especially offensively. He's shown the offensive potential in the past, but what I'm looking for with Gary Sanchez is the defense. That's really it with him. But let's go take a look at Let's go take a look at Aaron Judge's comments. Let's go take a look here. So this was in a post-game press conference. So let's go take a look.
Aaron, thanks for taking the time. Earlier today, we talked to...
Let me actually, hold on one second, everyone. Let me get that volume turned up a little bit. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, this should work now.
About him this spring.
Wow, it's a lot.
Let's go back real quick.
Some of the improvement. Aaron, thanks for taking the time. Earlier today, we talked to Tanner Swanson about some of the improvements Gary has made. What stood out to you about him this spring?
Wow, it's a lot. A lot has. I can talk about the offensive side. The work that we were coming in here working out in the off season, and seeing the changes he was trying to make with his swing to shorten up and make better contact, be more consistent. From day one, the first day of the off season, I think he was already trying to make changes, and it was.
Can I just point this out really quick? Aaron Judge with the new teeth. Look, he looks like a completely different person with the new teeth. What do you call those things you put over your teeth? He had like the little bit of a gap, but he's got brand new teeth. Aaron Judge, he looks wonderful. Can I just, holy cow, what a difference. All right, anyway.
Pretty amazing to see the improvements he made in just a short amount of time. Then on the defensive side, same thing. He was coming in here every single day working on his defensive blocking, receiving, asking questions. How about this and that? Joe, his want and need to, get better is, something that's always impressed me. He's a hard worker. I don't think he gets enough credit for, the amount of work and the amount of hours he puts in, at his craft. So it's excited to see the success he's having so far in spring training. Looking forward to the season.
We can move next.
All right. So as we just heard, obviously a lot of good things to say about Gary Sanchez, but the thing that sticks out to me is he's coming to camp, he's working hard, he's asking questions. We have heard this. Worldwide Jamal, it does look like he has lost a little weight. I agree with that. He just looks good. Aaron Judge looks just healthy. Good teeth. Looks like he's lost a little weight. I mean, hey, good for him. I mean, maybe Aaron Judge. Maybe could be a sneaky MVP pick this year. Maybe Aaron Judge is actually plot twist. Maybe Aaron Judge is actually going to be the MVP. We'll have to wait and see. But Gary Sanchez, I mean, I don't know about this one. I don't know. I really think, obviously, really, does he really think Gary Sanchez can be the MVP? I mean, hey, you know what? I appreciate the support. I mean, that's what you need from your teammates. You need teammates like that. And that's why Aaron Judge, he's very respected on that team. He's a leader on that team. But Aaron Judge, I don't know about this one. MVP, I mean, we all know Gary Sanchez can hit some bombs. We all know what kind of offense he can bring. He can hit a lot of home runs. He can drive in a lot of runs. I mean, whatever. I'm not really too worried about the down year he had offensively. A lot of guys had down years offensively this year. They didn't have enough time to really recover, and then they have these bad stat lines, and I'm not really worried about it too much. The defense is what I'm worried about with Gary Sanchez. If we go take a look at Gary Sanchez, taking a look at the defensive numbers on Fangraphs. I always prefer going to Fangraphs for the most part. Here we go. So if we go take a look, he actually was pretty good defensively, according to defensive runs above average. So, I mean, he gets it done. These are actually pretty decent defensive numbers right here. But when you kind of dig deeper into it, I mean, he gives up. It's a lot of other things. That it's the little things where he's not great at the little things. He gives up a lot of runs from framing. So framing was a big thing for him. They brought in a new coach to work with him. Going blank on his name, but he helped Garver out on the Twins. Really helped him out over there with his framing. Taught him a new stance, the one knee stance. But he's given up a lot of runs defensively, and that's because he just gets he has a lot of balls get by him. Again, he has a lot of pass balls, and he's not good at framing. And so Gary Sanchez, that's where he kind of lacks. He can throw guys out. He has a good arm. I just want to see more of a complete defensive game from him. I mean, hey, if you go take a look at Gary Sanchez, I mean, he wasn't, top 10 MVP by any means, but hey, he got some kind of votes. If you go back to 2017, a really good year, 33 homers, 90 RBIs. If he just cleans up that defense, if he just shows improvement there, I think there's a chance he could maybe be a top 20 MVP guy. But, I don't know. I mean, MVP, I think that's going to be really difficult. I mean, especially with guys like Mike Trout, even a teammate of his, Anthony Rendon. I mean, you got two guys right there that, to me, I think have a better chance of winning an MVP award. But, even guys like Jose Abreu, that just won this past year. Jose Ramirez is always really good. So, I don't know. Sure, could he win the MVP? Absolutely he could. I mean, there's no reason why anyone couldn't. But, I don't know, just based off of what we've seen, I mean, good power numbers, but the on-base numbers are just never really there. I mean, the 345 on base in 2017 was pretty decent. I mean, he hasn't had an OPS. Besides the rookie year where he played 53 games, he hasn't had an OPS above 900. So, I mean, according to track record, I don't know if it's really going to pan out. Who knows? Maybe he comes into this year, he's figured something out, and he gets it going. We'll have to wait and see. But Gary Sanchez, I'm gonna bet money that Gary Sanchez probably not going to win the MVP award. So, but that's all I have on that. So, getting into our next story, we're going to stay in the American League. A rival of the Yankees the last few years. One of their top prospects looking like he may be going down with Tommy John, Forrest Whitley. This guy has been a very interesting prospect. I mean, my goodness, the talent that this guy possesses. We're going to take a look at the numbers with Forrest Whitley. Forrest Whitley, he's a top prospect for a reason. This guy has nasty stuff. Let's go take a look at what exactly is going on with Forrest Whitley. So here we go. Let's get to the story first with him. So he has a right UCL sprain. Usually that tends to lead to Tommy John. He's been advised to undergo Tommy John surgery. He's been battling arm soreness for a little while now. And, he's just been, it seems maybe he's just been putting it off. Again, Tommy John, you're looking at around 14 to 15 months. And then he was also issued a suspension back in 2018, so he's missed time before. But he is still considered one of the top prospects in all of baseball. If we go take a look at the top prospects in baseball right now, I believe is he in the top 50? I believe he's in the top 50. Yeah, see, so he's ranked 41 right now. And this is kind of a big deal for the Astros because the Astros, just losing Framber Valdez, they were able to sign Jake Odorizzi, which to me, that's one of the best happy birthday kind of signings that I think has ever happened. When you had a guy like Framber Valdez go down like that, and then you're able to have just Jake Odorizzi just sitting right there. So that really worked out for the Astros. However, but Forrest Whitley could have really been a big boost for the Astros this year. Again, he has had his issues recently, though. If you go back to where actually let's take a look at what he offers with the stuff. I mean, so the fastball, a very good fastball. I mean, look at the numbers all across the board. 55 slider, 55 cutter, a 60 curve, and a 60 changeup. The only problem has been the control. And so if we go take a look, going back to 2019, he had, let's see here. Taking a look. If you go back to 2019, over those 2 starts, he went in rookie ball for a couple of starts. He had 18 walks per 9. What in the world? Can you guys see that? Let me actually move this real quick. There we go. All right, so I think you guys can see this now, maybe a little better. There we go. So he gets a lot of strikeouts per 9. A lot of strikeouts per 9. So if you go back to, let's just go back to 2019 all in all. So he pitched in 4 different levels. He had 6.6 walks per 9. That's really high, but he did have a lot of strikeouts. So he was also pretty hittable, giving up about 9 hits per 9 over all 4 levels. So I don't know. However, he did go to fall ball, and he ended up doing a lot better. He had 6 starts. He got the walks down. He was still striking out a lot of guys, got the hits down a little bit. He was looking a lot better when he went to fall ball. So that was painting a much better picture for him. And however, now with this, it's looking like we may have to wait another year or 2 to see Forrest Whitley again. But I mean, it's tough break for this guy. I mean, one of the top prospects coming into 2019, had a really bad 2019. Still was still considered one of the top prospects in all of the game, for the number 41 prospect. But I don't know. This is a tough blow, I think, for the Astros because they're really lacking depth. Really lacking a lot of depth. Let me actually move this back over now. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a little worried about the Astros moving forward a little bit. I mean, you got Verlander, going to be off the books after this year. Is he going to come back? Greinke's going to be off the books. Is he going to come back? I mean, I'm worried about the Astros starting pitching wise. So, but Forrest Whitley, who knows what's end up going to, if he can avoid surgery, that would be great. But it looks like the case that always happens with these guys is they end up having to need to get Tommy John surgery. So, but yeah, tough blow for Forrest Whitley. So moving on, since we're talking about prospects, we could be seeing I don't even want to say could be. We will be seeing another top prospect eventually in the upcoming 2021 MLB draft. And as of right now, the number 1 guy in the MLB draft coming up in 2021, the guy that everyone, is looking at is Kumar Rocker. However, there is one guy, a teammate of his actually, who is off to a very good start in college ball this year, and that is Jack Leiter. Could we maybe see Jack Leiter be the top pick in the upcoming draft? He's off to a sensational start. As is Kumar Rocker as well. Both of them are off to really good starts. But Jack Leiter, could he maybe vault himself into the number 1 pick? I don't know. It's a bit of a stretch. Kumar Rocker, he's pretty good. But hey, if Jack Leiter keeps pitching the way he's pitching, I mean, who knows? Anything's possible. But let's go take a look here. Let's take a look at some of the numbers right now with Jack Leiter. And we're going to look at some numbers too with Kumar Rocker. So taking a look here. All right, so Jack Leiter, as of right now, in 2020, before the season got shut down, he had 3 starts, 4 games total, 15 innings, And the ERA, look at the minuscule 1.72 ERA, tons of strikeouts. The walks were a little high, but however, look at what he's doing right now. Over 2 starts, he's got 10 innings. He's building up the innings a little bit, but the walks are down as of right now. The strikeouts are up from last year. So, I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, we're going to take a look at some highlights here in a second, but it's going to be a little tough, especially with, his teammate, the number 1 guy on Vanderbilt, Kumar Rocker. But we'll go take a look at Kumar Rocker's numbers here in a little bit. Let's go take a look at Jack Leiter, because this guy, he has been looking really good through 2 starts. So taking a look here, Jack Leiter, a little on the shorter side with Jack Leiter, but goodness gracious, man, this guy throws good stuff, really good stuff. I mean, good fastball, good life on that fastball, good aggressive motion. I love the mechanics, love the windup that he has. This guy's just got nasty stuff. I mean, he's throwing mid-90s. He's got a bit of a tailing action, a little bit, walked a guy there. So, I mean, look at that right there. Taking a look at what he just did. He got a swing and a miss here. I mean, that looked like it had some running action on it, but a bit of like a 2-seamer kind of action. But, I mean, Jack Leiter, this guy, he's got some just nasty stuff. Fastball away, swing and miss. Oh, I'm hearing a super chat. William Fulgham with a $4.99 super chat. Bryson Ball, first base for Braves, is a super stud. We'll go take a look at Bryson Ball here in a second. William Fulgham, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. But looking at Jack Leiter, I mean, this guy, he just has it going on right now through 2 starts with Vanderbilt. Taking a look right here. I mean, this fastball, man, it's just nasty. It's just nasty. I'm trying to look for some other stuff right now. Are they just showing fastballs right now? I really wish with these highlights, this is the only video I could find, but it's just like kind of showing all of these. It's like showing everything. I just wish it was just like, the out pitches and whatnot. So he's a lot of heavy fastballs early on, and there's I don't want these. So here we go. So, hey, well, there we go. We know he can play his position well as well. So, all right, come on, give me something. Another high fastball right there, 93 and up. I mean, when I'm looking at Jack Leiter right now, I'm already seeing a guy that just looks ready for the majors. Ran in a little bit, but still 95 miles an hour. He's throwing mid-90s pretty consistently. So I want more Jack Leiter. Give me some more Jack Leiter. There's a lot of highlights in this video. If you want to go watch some UIC Vanderbilt highlights. So that was the end of his start. He got to the 6th inning there. He had 93 pitches. So it looks like he's up to a pretty decent pitch count right now. But Jack Leiter, he has looked very good through a couple of starts. Good hard stuff. Didn't really see much off-speed stuff right there. I was probably skipping over some of it. But with Jack Leiter, could he make a case? I definitely think he could be a top 5 pick. Absolutely. Could he be a top 3 pick? I definitely think so. It's going to be hard, though, with this guy in front of him. This guy's had 3 starts already. He has a 0.60 ERA, Kumar Rocker. This guy, 15 strikeouts per 9. He's at 4 walks per 9. I mean, I don't see how Kumar Rocker, unless he just completely falls off the rails, I don't see Kumar Rocker losing that top spot. That's going to be tough. But Jack Leiter, I'll tell you, we just had, if we go take a look at the 2020 MLB draft, which I thought was awesome this past year because the season was shut down. We had no baseball going on, and then we had the draft. And that was awesome because that was the only thing baseball we had. I don't think the Major League Baseball draft has ever gotten more attention before. But if we go take a look, one guy that Jack Leiter kind of reminds me of is Max Meyer. Max Meyer had some really nasty stuff pitching for, I'm going blank, Minnesota. So Max Meyer had some really nasty stuff, and he went number 3 to the Marlins. And, he kind of reminds me of him. He's 6 foot, 196 pounds. If you take a look at Jack Leiter, he's 6 foot, 195 pounds. So right around the same kind of body type. Jack Leiter kind of reminds me of a Max Muncy a little bit. Max Muncy had one of the best sliders. Very good. But Jack Leiter, I definitely think he can be a top 3 pick. So could he be a number 1 pick? I don't know. Kumar Rocker, that's going to be a little difficult to dethrone him as the number 1 pick. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so alrighty, let's move on here, everyone. We're going to get to our next story here. Actually, we only have one more story to talk about. And, I've been doing this new segment now, a couple of shows, and I think it's been going pretty well. And I think you guys have been enjoying it. And that is Trivia Time, where I take a break from the news for a second and we dig into some trivia. So, because we're talking about Jack Leiter right now, the question of the day has to do with his dad, Al Leiter. So let's go take a look at today's question. Here we go. Yes, Jackson was the winner last time. So here is today's question. This one's going to be a little more tough. Let's get to it. Al Leiter was drafted 50th overall in the 1984 draft. Which 2 Hall of Fame pitchers were drafted ahead of him? You got 30 seconds. And the answer is Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine. Greg Maddux being drafted by the Cubs and Tom Glavine being drafted by the Braves. Look at these 2 guys, Hall of Famers. Greg Maddux, one of my favorite pitchers of all time. So I saw a few of you get it right. I think I saw one got it right. Yogi Dude, Glavine and Smoltz. Yogi wins it for today. No, you said Smoltz. Never mind. Glavine and Maddux. Sorry. Never mind. Yeah, no one was able to get it quite right. I saw a few where some of you had one or the other. So, Yogi, you were very close. Glavine and Smoltz. So, very close. Here we go. So, that ends trivia time for tonight. So, here we go. Our last story, more of a fun story to kind of just end things for tonight. We'll also get to we had a couple of super chats where we'll go take a look at those as well. But David Ortiz, one of my favorite players of all time. That's a very biased statement because obviously David Ortiz is a Red Sox legend and also a Minnesota Twins legend to some people. David Ortiz. He has a son, if you guys don't know. His name is D'Angelo Ortiz. And MLB.com did a really fun story on D'Angelo Ortiz where this guy, or this kid actually, he's 16 years old. Right now he is having Major League Baseball aspirations, where he wants to try and play in the major leagues one day. So let's go take a look at the story. Very good story on MLB.com if you haven't gotten to it. Very good read. So actually, real quick, before I actually get into that, I want to show a picture real quick because I think it's very possible we could end up seeing this. So let's take a look. Real quick, I want to show this picture. Here we go. Albums. Nope, that's not it. Little technical difficulties right now, everyone. Here we go. Where did that picture go? Hold on one second, everyone. Save. I forgot to put it in one of the slides. So here we go. Okay. All right. So this is not the first time that we have seen a possible father-son or a dad that was in the major leagues and then his son came after him. We have seen quite a few, actually. If we go take a look here, sharing the screen. So taking a look, I mean, we've had quite a few. We got Bo Bichette, and we had Dante Bichette after him. We had, can I zoom in on this? How do I zoom in? I don't know how to zoom in. Whatever. So we had Dante Bichette, Bo Bichette now. We had Cecile Fielder, Prince Fielder. We had Felipe Alou and Moises Alou, Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonds. We had Craig Biggio and Kevin Biggio. We got Vlad Jr. and then Vladimir Guerrero. And right there in the middle, Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. So we have had a lot of father-son duos in the past. So taking a look here, let's go take a look at this story. Really cool story. So D'Angelo Ortiz, it's funny because I've, growing up as a Red Sox fan, I remember seeing D'Angelo, well, I mean, not in person, but like seeing him on like TV and stuff because ESPN would show him, be like, oh, this is David Ortiz's son. He was like taking batting practice sometimes. And it's just crazy because it's like, I just feel old because I remember just seeing him. He was like, 4 years old? And it's like, wow, he's already 16 years old now and he's in high school playing baseball. So he's already going to one of the better schools. It's one of the baseball, one of the prep programs. He's going to Westminster Christian School in South Florida, which, hey, that's in my state. They have an elite baseball program. They have produced 5 major leaguers: Alex Rodriguez, Doug Minkiewicz, JP Arancibia, Dan Perkins, and Mickey Lopez. So D'Angelo aims to be the 6th. So could we see it? If we go take a look, it's pretty much a very positive article, but the one thing that really sticks out with D'Angelo that David Ortiz has said is that David Ortiz has said he already has a very mature approach at the plate. He recognizes pitches already very well, and he just has a very good work ethic as well. And that's one thing with high school players, that they tend to set themselves apart where they have that. If they have that work ethic, then hey, they got a better and they got the talent. And there's a lot of guys who've had the talent, but not quite as driven. Where with him, hey, tons of talent already. Guy can already hit pretty well, and he's just working at it every single day. So definitely go take a look at that article. There's actually some stats already. Not really too much as of right now. So I'm not seeing anything for this season. I'm thinking that maybe their season is about to be starting up. I'm not quite sure. But back in 2018, 2019, he was a freshman. So as of right now, that means he's a junior right now. So he'll be a senior next year. So as of right now, he played 13 games for the varsity team as a freshman in 2018 and 2019. Hit .333 that year. He had the 10 hits, 3 RBIs. Had no home runs like his dad, unfortunately. Maybe the power will come down the road. We'll have to wait and see. But hey, pretty decent on base percentage, a .412 on base. That school, they play a lot of tough programs in that school. It's a pretty major program for baseball in the state of Florida. So I mean, hey, you got Alex Rodriguez coming out of that school. So going to be interesting. So pretty fun story there. If any of you want to go take a read, I'm not going to sit here and read the whole thing because it's a pretty long read. So if we actually, one more thing, actually, he's not a DH. He is a third baseman. If we go take a look, so got a little bit of highlights here. Hey, his dad was a first baseman at one point. So, hey, he's got the corner infielder abilities. Could he end up being a DH? He's a pretty thick kid already. Pretty thick kid. Could you imagine him and like one day just gets drafted by the Red Sox? I would find that hilarious. So they actually have this video here. MLB.com. I'm going to be honest with all of you. MLB.com, they are notorious. If you play a lot of their clips, for more than 10 seconds, they just slap you with a copyright claim. It's a joke, man. MLB.com, they literally put a copyright claim the other day over the weekend on one of my very first videos that it doesn't even have 50 views on it. And I'm like, are you serious? You're going to put a copyright claim on one of my videos? Come on. So, I don't know. MLB.com, there's something, I'll tell you.
He don't need to be pushed.
Yeah, do we have anything on here? So it looks like, well, hey, pretty cool.
Me just walking right in
He's
Those
working the
butterflies
walk
in my
in this
step
at bat.
in me.
Pretty cool if you ask me. So
That
it's
to
always
me,
nice
just
when you
walking-
can see a high school player who can
Any
work the
pressure.
walk. So
One thing that
again, I'm trying to skip through it because I don't want to get hit with the copyright.
He don't need to be pushed. That boy, man.
Oh shoot! Sorry everyone. I had the volume playing. Sorry about that. But yeah, he was working the walk there. That's pretty much. It looks like that's all the highlights we have, unless they have any other highlights here. Oh, they got this. This is from his YouTube, his Instagram account. Pretty decent looking swing. Got some loft on that, huh? Wow, look at that. Is there a way to rewind it? Well, he hit it. That was a bomb. It looks like a pickup game though. Or is this a practice or what was this? But hey, who knows? D'Angelo Ortiz. I mean, hey, this is the D'Angelo Ortiz that I remember right here. I mean, I remember seeing this all the time, spring training, on TV and stuff like that. Nesson, they would used to show him a lot. But yeah, could we end up seeing the next David Ortiz, the son of David Ortiz, D'Angelo Ortiz? So let's go take a look. So we had a couple of super chats in here. Let's get to the Bryson Ball one. Bryson Ball, that was from William Fulgham. So wait, is that the name? Bryson? I'm doing something wrong there. Who is that? You said Bryson Ball? First base for the Braves is a super stud. Bryson Ball? Who is that? Denzel Bryson? Bryce? Oh, Bryce Ball. Oh, okay. There we go. So, Bryce Ball. Let's go take a look at the numbers on Baseball Reference. So, as of right now, hasn't gone above A ball, but as of right now, he's looking pretty good. 329 average, 17 home runs in the minor leagues so far, the 52 RBIs. Where is he right now on the Braves' top prospects? So was he on the 2020 list? Yeah, so as of 2020, he was number 19 in the Braves system. So let's go take a look at the scouting report. Good power right off the bat, 60 power. So that's always nice. 50 hit tool. Good enough arm. Needs to maybe improve in the field a little bit, only a 40 field. But as of right now, you can just see tons of power. The Braves think they might have a steal and Ball who has a chance to hit for average and power. The left-handed hitter has tremendous hand-eye coordination. That's always good at the plate. And a good idea of the strike zone, which helps him tap into his ridiculous raw power. The Ball doesn't typically carry in either Danville or Rome, his home parks during his debut, and he made them seem small. So consistent hard contact, keeps the strikeouts low. That's always really good. A young player that keeps the strikeouts low. So good for him. And then we had one from Michael Yench for Yu Darvish. Any highlights from that the other day? So here we go. MLB.com. I got to be a little careful here with MLB.com. So as you guys know, MLB.com, they like to hit you with those copyrights. So I'll go through the highlights here. But he had 4 strikeouts over 2 innings. Let's take a look at Yu Darvish in a Padres jersey. Taking a look. Looks like he cut the hair a little bit. Got a haircut. Oh, I got to be careful. So Yu Darvish. Let's take a look at his first strikeout as a Padre. Ooh, nasty stuff from Darvish. Always nasty. Always nasty. Striking out Whit Merrifield. It's always nice to see some people in the stands, especially lately. Taking a look, Yu Darvish. Again, I got to be careful with not getting a copyright. Oh, he struck out Benintendi. Look at Benintendi in that Royals jersey, huh? Look at Benintendi. Miss you, buddy. Yeah, striking out Benintendi on that high and inside fastball. Darvish looking pretty good. Ooh, nasty right there. Nasty on the outside corner, striking out Soler. And we got one more. Another nasty fastball. You Darvish, man. You Darvish. What a pickup for the Padres. Could the Padres end up being a World Series championship team this year? But everyone, that is all I got for tonight. I'm going to get out of here. I got a busy week at work this week. Got a lot to do. I got to stay up a little longer and get some work done over here. But everyone, before I get out of here, if I may, hit that subscribe button if you are new. And if you can, hit that like button for me. It's going to help this get out to more baseball fans. Go follow me on Twitter. But everyone, that is all I got for tonight. Thank you so much for coming by tonight. If there's any more news to talk about, I'll be right back here tomorrow night. Everyone, have a great night. And also, I will be posting my Jose Iglesias video here probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So that is all I have. Thanks for coming out. And as always, I'll talk to you next time.